In this section, we will explore the main protocols that you will encounter on the network. We will explore the protocols in the following order: ICMP, UDP, followed by the dominant protocol, TCP. Once we've done this, we'll look at how these characteristics work in Wireshark. So ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. This is the protocol to communicate messages within the network. Some of the protocols do not have the capability to acknowledge and subsequently provide reliability, so they use ICMP. The most common form of ICMP is probably ping. This is the same ping that's used in sonar, and that is sending out a transmit request and waiting a return from a receiving target. Within our networks, we use two components. That is an echo request and an echo reply. This achieves the successful ping. So what that is just like sonar, we send out into our network a transmission and we look for a return. If we get the return, our network is reachable. Despite most being aware of the ping type of ICMP, there are many different types of ICMP. This is so it can provide messages for those protocols that require assistance. The ICMP type 3, also known as destination unreachable, it's very important because it lets us know if something is unreachable. This can show a multitude of different reasons for the destination being unreachable. How do we know which reason it is? There is a subtype called a code. This code will tell us why it's unreachable. One of the most common one that we will encounter is type 3 destination unreachable code 3. This means the reason it's unreachable is the port's unreachable. We also have type 3 code 13. Code 13 means the packet is administratively prohibited. So as you can see, these types, and especially the code types, can assist us in troubleshooting our network. And more importantly, knowing that in the case of identifying information for a security test or those types of things, a filter in place, if we send out an ICMP request and get back a type 3 code 13, that means we have some type of filter or a network router with an access control list in our path. The next protocol is UDP, User Datagram Protocol. As you may recall, it's a connectionless protocol. That is, it's not reliable and there's no guarantee of delivery. And that's the way it was designed. The best analogy for this is the mail system. When you mail a letter, there's no guarantee of a delivery. We take it, put it into the postal box or at the post office, and we rely on somebody else to deliver it. This is the same thing we do with UDP. Primarily use UDP for speed. And now we have TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. The main protocol for most of our network traffic we will analyze is that of TCP. This is because TCP is primarily used in majority of the different protocols. It provides us that reliability that we need for network communications that require it. Remember, we have the guarantee of delivery. We get this guarantee of delivery by an acknowledge capability. That is, when the data goes out, we receive an acknowledgement that the data was received. Once we receive that acknowledgement, we continue on with the data. As you can imagine, this requires additional overhead, so TCP can be used for guaranteed delivery. This overhead, of course, comes at a cost, and that cost is speed. That's why UDP is used for our streaming protocols. TCP also allows for transmission from both sides of the connection. That is, it's full duplex. The data is transmitted as a stream of data since the connection-oriented sets this up for us. Remember, we establish a connection because we have the acknowledge capability. We transmit as a stream of data, and we'll learn more what this means as we look at it in Wireshark. In this section, we have taken a look at the workhorse protocol, ICMP. We've looked at the connectionless protocol of UDP. Remember, UDP, no guarantee of delivery, like our mail system. We closed out the session by briefly looking at the reliable and connection-oriented protocol, a TCP. Remember, TCP primarily is what we're going to use when it comes to the majority of our analysis. Most of the traffic will be under TCP protocol. Next, we will explore these protocols, applying our skills we've learned in the tool Wireshark.